Hey, what's up everybody? Danny here with the Neighbor's Kitchen. Thanks for hanging out with me today. In this video, I'm gonna show you my favorite corn and beans recipe. I like to season mine with a little bit of a Tex-Mex twist on it. It's just super good. I like to combine fresh ingredients with canned ingredients for maximum awesomeness with minimal effort, and to help with the minimal effort, I've converted this recipe for an Instant Pot multi-cooker. We're gonna use a couple different functions to cut down on dishes, and it's gonna be awesome. So, without any further ado, I think I got everything out. Let's get cooking. All right, the first thing that we want to do is we want to preheat our Instant Pot to the saute setting. So this is my Instant Pot Pro. I love this thing. We're going to be utilizing just the insert with the slow cooker lid today. And what we're going to do is hit the saute button. I'm just going to leave all the defaults. We're not going to use the 30 minutes, but we can cancel that out when we're done. Hit the start button, and then this is going to go through these. It'll let us know when it's ready. This is kind of irrelevant because this will be increments of 7.5 minutes to get us to 30. We're not going to use the whole 30, but once this is preheated, we'll use this to saute our onions and garlic with a little bit of avocado oil and some 2-to-1 for a nice boost of flavor. And then everything comes together real quick. We switch over to the slow cook mode, and well, that's it. That's kind of why I love this recipe. We're almost preheated, so we're just going to go ahead and put some avocado oil in the bottom here. Not using olive oil for this recipe. We're not trying to flavor it or anything. I do want that high smoke point. There we go. The Instant Pot Pro does let us know when it is preheated, which is one of my favorite features above the other products in its lineage. So you can see we got nice and shimmering grease at the bottom. And then this is one large sweet onion. I'm going to start off with that guy. Just going to give it a little hit of 2-to-1. Once everything's nice and coated with 2-to-1 and grease, I'm going to make a little landing pad. These are just 3 cloves of garlic that I crushed to help get the paper off. I'm going to press them into our Instant Pot. And then mix that garlic into our recipe. Instantly flavor changer. Woo! See how nice of a job the Instant Pot does for sauteing onion and garlic? And when this is done, everything else goes in here. There's not another skillet or pan to clean up. These are almost to where I want them to be, so with just a few minutes left before these are done, I'm going to add a bell pepper, diced, and I like these a little thicker cut for this recipe. And by the way, this bell pepper, I was so pleased when I found it. I was like, we got to take some B-roll of it. It was gigantic, it was perfectly symmetrical, and it was beautiful. So that's what's in our recipe tonight. Let's stir that in. We're going to let those peppers soften for just a couple of minutes, and then we're going to start adding the rest of our ingredients. All right. There we go. I'm going to give it a good stir. There's enough moisture in here that any fond at the bottom of the stainless steel liner comes up with my wooden utensil just fine. We're going to go ahead and hit the cancel button. And now it's time to build the rest of our corn and beans. I'm going to start out with a can of diced tomatoes. I like to use the liquid in here, not drained. It's kind of the separation between our saute step and slow cook. If there's any leftover fond on the bottom, that's going to help lift it into your recipe. Next, you want 2 cans of, I like black beans. You could probably do what you please if you want to substitute them, but these do get drained and rinsed. Here we go. In we go in with our beans. We're almost there. I'm going to add a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. This is the part that if you would like to customize this a little more to your own tastes, ramp up the flavor with diced jalapenos or whatever. I really like this. It's a nice mix of sweet and heat for me. The sweet comes from the corn. I have found that frozen corn works way better than canned corn with this recipe. This corn, when frozen, it's frozen fresh, and canned corn is boiled or steamed or something to get the acidity just right for canning, and this will stay the proper amount of crunchy for my liking through the slow cook. So that's a 15-ounce bag of frozen sweet corn. And the last step is our seasoning. Don't worry about writing this down. It is in the description below, but here's where my Tex-Mex twist comes in. This is salt and pepper. It's my 2-to-1. Cumin, little chili powder, and the kick of it all, bay leaf, Mexican oregano. So we're going to put that in there. No, I have not forgot water or broth or stock. There is enough liquid in the beans and corn. It's not going to dry out. It's going to be just fine. But we do want to go ahead, get all those seasonings nice and mixed in. And would you look at how this Instant Pot Pro with the ears just stays right in place while I'm mixing up something in preparation to use the slow cook method. I love it so much. Major upgrade from my old Instant Pot. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that everything is nice and combined, and we're taking a peek in here to make sure we don't have any heavy pockets of seasoning. I am going to cook this for 4 to 6 hours on normal, and every once in a while when I walk by, we'll give it a good mix. No big deal. So we're going to go ahead and put the slow cooker lid on. If you do not have one of these, you can use your pressure cooker lid. You just want to make sure that the lid is not set to sealed if you are using your Instant Pot as a slow cooker. So now it's time to go ahead and configure our Instant Pot to the slow cook. So it's showing off since I canceled our saute. And now we're going to go grab our slow cook button here. And you can see the custom button is flashing. So I'm going to select it. That brings us next down to our temperature. I want high temperature. There's some confusion out there when you are converting a crock pot recipe to an Instant Pot slow cooker recipe. They're not the same wattages, and obviously they're not as insulated as a crock pot. They don't have that giant ceramic kind of insert. So a high setting on the slow cooker option for an Instant Pot is actually way closer to normal on a crock pot. I'll see if I can find a link to conversion charts, and I'll put that in the description below. But for now, we got high flashing. I'm going to go ahead and select that. Don't need my 6 hours. I think I'm going to want closer to 4. And then once the 4 is up, it's going to go into keep warm. If this light is highlighted, I'll hit start. And once again, we go into preheating. This might go a little quicker than normal because it's already been heated up for saute. But this goes up here, and then it's going to go into cooking for 4 hours. Every once in a while, I'll stir it up. It's that easy. Next time I see you, we're going to garnish this up with a little more Tex-Mex twist. Have some dinner. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. See you here in a jiff. Here we go. It's been about 4 hours. Turn this off about half an hour early and just set it on keep warm. You might notice the batch is a little smaller than the last time you saw it because every time I walked by, I had to take a sampling. That's how much I love this recipe. There we go. Scoop me up a little bit. There's that. I like a little bit of sour cream in the middle, followed by some black olives for a little extra salt and that nice kind of texture. And for a little bit of color, some green olives. Nice healthy topping of sour cream, green onions, and black olives. You guys see that? It's got everything you'd ever want in it. This is a vegetarian dish. I know there's no traditional animal protein in here. That does not diminish how delicious it is. The Tex-Mex twist with a little bit of chili powder, the cumin, the Mexican oregano. It's so good. I love it. If you've been around a while, you know that corn and beans is actually one of my favorite recipes ever. It's kind of where I started off getting into cooking. My mom gave me a crock pot cookbook when I graduated high school and moved up to college for a few years. This was one of the first recipes I ever latched onto. Over the years, I've developed this recipe as my own. Started as a crock pot recipe that I customized, that then I took to the stove with the Dutch oven and searing at the bottom, and then turning down the temperature, putting the lid on, and then that adapted into the Instant Pot where it has all these different modes onto it. This is my favorite meal to make when things get busy, especially in the wintertime. I know we just made it through the holidays, but for me, we finally made it through Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and now it's time for me to lock myself in my wood shop and play around with some of my favorite tools. And this is my favorite meal to have on hand. It cooks up pretty quickly, nice and easy. It's hands off for the most part. And then you put it in the fridge and it reheats very, very well for whenever you are suddenly hungry. I love it. It's a great winter warmer meal. You guys are gonna love it. Hang on, I gotta get another bite. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you try this at home. Let me know if you do. Let me know what customizations and extras you add into it. Thanks again for hanging out. Happy New Year, and hey, until next time, be well.